Oops. Oh, I think. Yep, it went live. Oh, wait a minute. Am I live? It's alive! Hi, this is Ballet setting up the live today. We're about to chat about the movie Blink Twice. I started listening to the soundtrack this evening. I haven't went through the whole soundtrack. I paused it at Dance Yourself Clean is the title of the song. Let me get to the chat and we can chat about it. We can chat about it. All right, I'm in the chat. I have at least two things to point to that was on my mind at the end of the movie when I watched it the first time. And I have them in the description box. I'll go in detail verbally. Yeah, they're in the description box, along with a list of books that are on my bookshelf, my TBR, and my ratings, my book of the year. This might be my movie of the year so far. The colors are vivid. I thought earlier today that I might have to stop watching it. I haven't watched it all the well, I don't know if I have. I might have watched it all the way twice already. And I was thinking, I was like, I might have to stop watching it just because of the sensitive subject and the feelings, the empathy and sympathy it brings on. So, all right. So the ending, I don't mind the ending. I've heard other people be on the fence about the ending. I've heard people not like the ending. Okay, so after I watched it without knowing anything about it, no trailers, no spoilers, no movie reviews. I just watched it, didn't even know what it was titled, didn't know the history behind it, didn't know this would be in theaters August 23rd. I just watched it and um, like the main character that I saw, like the main character and another character come together, and I like that. And um, I like Abuela. Um, and I like the ending. All right. Okay. Yeah. So I like the ending. What I thought when I saw the ending was this is like uh, a you do it. This is like, well, okay, well, you do it. Okay, so what I mean by that, that's the first thing I have in the description box. You do it. What I mean by that is like how people have told other people to forget about traumatic situations. They have told people, why don't you just forget about it? Why don't you just get over it? And that that quote that I have in the description box, you do it, is what I see in at the end of the movie. Like, okay, somebody telling someone, why don't you just get over it? Why don't you just forget about it? Why don't you just forget about what happened to you? And it's like, why don't you do it? Why don't you forget about it? Like, it's like, okay, you want the person to forget about it, but you haven't forgotten about it. And it's not all right for us to forget about it, but you want the person to forget about it for your benefit's sake, not for the other person's benefit's sake. So the quote, you do it, short for why don't you do it? And then allow it to be beneficial for for the other person that you're saying, why don't you forget about it? Why don't you forget about it? Let's allow that to benefit the person that's asking for uh, empathy, sympathy, repercussions, or repercussions. Yeah, allow it. You know what I'm saying? Like, allow it to be beneficial for the person that it harmed, to that remembers. And if you want to forget about it, if you want somebody to forget about it, why don't you forget about it yourself and allow it to be beneficial to the person that would like to remember? I just saw that as like, well, why don't you do it? Like, if you forgot that you were in this position, allow it to benefit that person. So it's benefiting her instead of him. I'm gonna just leave it at that before I get the spoilers. Okay, so um, the next quote I have in the description box is, "Hi, Tasha Harris. How are you? Hi, Miss Tasha Harris. I thought you were live on discussing the movie Blink Twice. Yeah, I am. Hold on. I wanna see it, but I'm too scared. Oh, if I say, if you get a chance to see it, see it. If you watch those like Law and Order type shows, Law and Order, you can watch this. Law and Order. Yeah, if you watch those type of shows that shows the scene, if I think you can watch this. I think you will be all right. Like, if you watched, I'm trying to think. Am I thinking Law and Order? Yeah, Law and Order. Law and Order type of stuff with scenes in it. I think you'll be all right watching this. I was all right watching it. I was all right watching it. Um, um, Watching it too much though might be getting to me though. Um, yeah, watching it too much might be getting to me because let's see, I've watched like 5 reactions, and maybe I don't know if it was my first reaction. It might have been my first reaction. I kind of was I was I was I was squirming. I was squirming. Like the first time I wasn't, but watching it a second time I was squirming. I was like like yuck. And yeah, so I might not be able to watch it again soon because it'll be too much. Because it has been on my mind. It's been on my mind. Um, um, it's a scary matter. It's a scary matter. Matter. It's a scary matter. Scary. I mean, I'm trying to think. What can I compare it to? Uh, it's a scary matter. It's a scary matter. The second quote I have in the description box is you never know what someone has gone through to get where they are. That's the second quote that I saw from this movie, the end of this movie. Like, if you think, oh, I wanna be that person. I wanna have what that person have. I wanna. The quote came was like, "You never know what somebody has gone through to get where they are." So yeah, that was like, those are the two quotes that came to me after this movie, and this movie was an excellent treat. I didn't know it was coming out. I didn't know anything about it. I'm glad I watched it and saw it. The topic of it is 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 beautiful. Have you seen? I don't know. Do you know Saved by the Bell? Do you know that sitcom Saved by the Bell? And the rumors around it, because that's what this movie is like. The rumors around the characters of Saved by the Bell. Okay, so you know about Saved by the Bell. You know about the rumors. Oh, you didn't know about the rumors? What happened between the actors and actresses? Hmm. Because that's what I'm reminded of with this movie, because there are characters that have the same name as the characters from Saved by the Bell. There's a character named Jess. There in Blink Twice. There's a character named um, Jessie from Saved by the Bell, which they called her Jess for short. Um, there's a character named like Zachary or Zachariah or something like that, and in Blink Twice, and then in Saved by the Bell, there's a character named Zach, and they both have the same page boy haircut, page boy blonde haircut, and then you have Christian Slater, which he was a character from Saved by the Bell. And there's a character in this Blink Twice that's Christian Slater. There were rumors about um, dating and somebody going too far, and it happened a few times with the different actresses between Christian Slater and yeah, allegedly, I guess I don't know if it's true or not, but those were like the heavy rumors, like back when you could get a magazine from the grocery aisle, the grocery store checkout aisle. Uh, yeah. Have you seen? Have you seen Get Out? The It's not like Get Out, not all the way, not all the way, but the main character reminded me of the maid from Get Out. But yeah, I'm trying to let me think. Let me think how to tell you. Uh, have you seen the trailer? Because I didn't even see the trailer before I watched the movie, and I didn't mind watching the movie without seeing the trailer. Well, yeah, it doesn't matter. That movie's not. It's not the same. It's it's it's. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't know a movie like it. I mean, uh, let's see. Because if you watch the trailer gonna tell you about it. It's gonna tell you about it. Like it's just gonna put it all out there, and then you're watching the movie, I guess, to see how it unfolds. But yeah, the trailer does show what's going on to some extent. Um, I'm I yeah, I don't know. It's different now. Like I know it was some movies I didn't care to watch because I didn't know how it was gonna go. But this movie is so colorful, so bright, so beautiful. The the lead actress is beautiful. Um, her relationship with her friend is lovely. Um, and I kind of was thinking about it, and it kind of I don't want to say this, but it's kind of like a thought that's creeping. It's almost like I don't want to say. But yeah, it's there. Okay, hold on. I don't want to say, but let's see. Just because of the nature of the movie. But because I didn't watch the trailer and I watched it without seeing the trailer and knowing what it was about, it was almost like I went on the vacation with her. It was almost like I went on vacation with her. Like she didn't know, I didn't know, and yeah, so it was almost like I went along for the ride with them because I didn't know. I didn't know what. I just watched it, and I was like, okay, now I'm gonna watch the trailer. I'm gonna watch the reactions. I started listening to the soundtrack to see how that sounds because some of the songs in the movie did stick out. Um, Also, the visuals in the movie matched with the song. I mean, well, one song, one song that I recognized matched up with the two characters coming together. That matched up with a poster of a song that's in the movie. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. It's as scary as that situation would be. Um, the scenes are not drawn out though. That's helpful that some of the scenes aren't drawn out. Um, and there's another that I don't think anybody has pointed out, but there's something in the beginning just before they leave that you can see at the beginning, and then you see you see it again at the end with her actions, and I'm like, I saw it the first time, and I don't know what it is. I don't know If it means something, I kind of thought it might have been the Mother Mary. That's what I thought it was at first. The Mother Mary holding her son, but I don't know. It could be and it could be not. But yeah, you can see it at the beginning, and then you also see it mimicked at the end. So I was like, oh, okay, cool tie in, cool tie in. For he know not what he do. Oh, so yeah, I did like the feminine essence that's in the movie. I heard someone say that they wish that the women would have had a man. They didn't use the word manhandle, but basically they were thinking it, and I was like, but then that wouldn't be feminine essence. Like really, women cannot go up against a man. Like they have to have some type of they what what they did was they tapped into their feminine essence, and that's really I think what it was about, the women tapping into their feminine essence. And then you had the flower being represented, and then you had the perfume, and then you had the reveal. Uh-oh, I don't know if those are spoilers. You had the reveal and how she revealed it and where she revealed it from. That was feminine. That's also considered a flower. So I like seeing the feminine energy in this movie. Hmm. I didn't mind the what do you call that? The clapback. I didn't mind the clapback scenes. I was okay with the Quentin Tarantino look-alike clapback scenes. I did not mind it at all. At all. Not one piece. Not one bit. Like I was here for it. Like how the people say, I was here for it. I knew this was a movie. Uh, as far as like the gross scenes, like the clapback scenes, clapback. I'm talking about the clapback scenes, like the get the the get your lick back scenes. I did not mind how that looked. I didn't mind it. Like I, I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it at all. Oh, there are some Quentin Tarantino look-alike type um, water, watermelon head squashing scenes, and I did not mind it. I didn't mind it at all. I was like, okay, okay. Have you seen The Blackening, Miss Miss Tasha? because there's a scene in The Blackening as well where there's a lady in The Blackening, and she gets her clap back, and she goes off a bit, and I think it showed, and it kind of looks like it kind of looked like oatmeal to me in that movie. Um, just FYI, um, I kept hearing about Jennifer's Body, and I kind of was like afraid to watch Jennifer's Body. I was like, that sounds scary. That sounds scary. But I kind of wanted to watch it. So then I got the opportunity to watch it, and I was like, oh, this Jennifer Body? Oh, oh, oh. Okay. Now I've watched it. I think it was a comedy. I thought it was a horror, but I guess it was a horror comedy. So yeah, I don't think I found anything funny about it. It just wasn't how I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be more like I think that movie was called like Jane Doe or something like that, or something else. I thought it was gonna be something else, but it was all right. It was. I don't know if you want to say fun. It was okay. Uh, a couple of scenes in there where I don't know some of the characters wasn't thinking. They was not thinking. I was like, boy, that is not that girl's house, and you should know it. You because Jennifer had invited a fellow schoolmate to her home, to her house, supposedly. Well, that's what she said. And then she was like, "Yeah, I'll text you the, I'll text you the address." He looking. He finally, she texted to him. He get the address. This house is like, I don't know, under construction or something. I was like, okay, and this is when you turn around and get back in your car. But no, he didn't. He um he he was in there, and he was like, "This not your house" or something like that. And I'm like, and yet you still went in there. And, and she was like, "It can be our house." I'm like, girl. Mm-mm. So yeah, yeah. The soundtrack in the movie, it's I mentioned it I think last night or the night before. Yeah, last night. Um, the songs I heard it like they have some jamming songs in there, but the situations itself is a jam. Um, Now, when you listen to the soundtrack, the sounds that you hear have been put on the soundtracks. Like when you do listen to the movie and you hear you hear it's certain certain sounds being played at certain parts of the movie, those have been added to the soundtrack, and that's pretty neat. They're not long at all. They're a couple of minutes, and it's 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 cool to hear them on the soundtrack and not just left in the movie, because you hear it in the movie, like when the music changes, and then to hear it on the soundtrack, it's like, oh wow, like, okay, this kind of sounds like a robot. Okay, this beat kind of sounds uh, like a transformer or something. It sound like a robot to me. Like one of those type of um, Pacific Rim type robot things, like that type of sound that you hear when the Pacific Rim type robot, right, stretches up, stands up, and begins to walk, type of thing. So I thought that was cool to hear on the soundtrack. The movie is suspenseful. Like there are suspense scenes. There's at the beginning there's moments where it's beautiful, and then after the beauty, it's like there's a scene in there where it's like rotting, like it's spoiled, like spoiled fruit or spoiled food, like the people not feeling good. There's flies flying around. So I thought that was cool to see. I don't know if it was done intentionally, but it did look like, okay, like something is rotten here. Something is rotting. Something is spoiling, because there was a few days of beauty, and there was then came this day that it seemed like something was rotting, because I saw the flies. I saw like a fly. I don't know if that fly was specifically put in that scene. Like, did that fly get a check? Like, or was that Mother Nature? Mother Nature, was that nature? Because I don't recall seeing any other flies. I just remember seeing those flies in that scene. And it seemed like, okay, well, something is. It just seemed like it fit with the timeline of the movie, like how it was beautified, and then something is spoiled, something is rotting. Mm, mm, Like it was like a transition scene. After several days had passed. And of course, after several days do pass, something that is fresh, it does begin to rot, So I thought that it fit in with the transition of the movie. So yeah, the first quote is like why don't what I said you do it, like somebody asking somebody to forget something traumatic for their benefit, not for the other person benefit. They want to utilize the fact that the person forgets, like for I want to say for their the person that forgets, it would be utilized for their own detriment for them to forget. Meanwhile, it's benefiting the person that remembers. So that's why I said, like, why don't you forget? Like, let's see how things work out for the person that let's how do people say, let's put the shoe on the other foot. How about the shoe go on your foot? How about you forget and the other person remember and it be to their benefit? Is what I'm trying to say. You understand? And then the second quote is you never know what somebody has gone through to get where they are. Like woo, it's like woo. It's like looking at people in their in position to be like woo, what you went through? Like, woo, whoa, we like much respect, much respect. Cause you never know. Like much respect. You just never know what somebody going through to get where they are, to be who they are, to achieve what they've achieved, to accomplish what they've accomplished. Anyone would like to add to what I've said or have any questions or comments, please do so at this moment. The movie is a sensitive topic. It is on a sensitive topic. It was titled something else, which I think refers to the men for being the way that they are or were. Yeah. Acting out in the way that they did. I think the previous title of the movie was referring to them and their behavior. Thank you so much, Miss Tasha L. Harris, for chatting with me. Tasha L. Harris is my healing jewelry jeweler. Any healing jewelry you need, she provides. Among other things, she's also a reader, she's also a teacher. So do connect with her. And see what she has to offer you. She's always creating, and she's created journals and pendants, crystals, rings. Thank you so much for joining the chat. Thank you for the thumbs up, like, support.